Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So in the previous video, we have seen the implementation of the two constraints, that is not null and unique. And in this video, we are going to see the implementation of another two constraints, that is check and the default constraint. The whole implementation of the constraint is there in my previous video, so I will put the link in the description box so you can go there and check it out and can see what are its importance and how it works, etc. So now coming back to this video, we are going to talk first about the default constraint. So these constraints are used with the help of the two commands, that is create and the alter command. So in the default, we will first see with the how to use it with the help of the create command. So now how the default constraint exactly works. So let's take an example of MySQL only. So whenever you are inserting your data and if there is no data in it, at that time it will give you an value that is null. So that is the default value which is set by the MySQL. In the same way, with the help of the default constraint, you can give a particular column a default value that instead of null it will give you a some another default value, right? So let us see how it works. So here I am creating a table. I have created a table and these are the columns. Now suppose I want that my amount, if I am not inserting any value for my amount, then it should give me as 0. So here besides the data type, I will write the constraint that is default, and after that in the single inverted commas you have to write the value which you want to set as a default value, that is 0. So here if I will describe the table now, so here you can see that instead of null, the default value for amount is given as 0. So now if I'm inserting my data, so now here you can see that here I have only inserted the data for account number, right? So here in branch, I have not set any default value. So here it is null, that is the default value by SQL. And now I have set a default value for amount, so it is given us as 0, not null. So this is how the default constraint is used with the help of the create command. Now, if you have created a table and then you want to use your constraint, then with the help of the alter command you can use. So the syntax of using the alter command is alter table, the name of the table, modify the name of the column, its data type, and the constraint which you want to use. So here I am writing it as, so here besides the data type I am writing the constraint that is default, and my default value is suppose xyz. That is, if I have not written my value for branch, it will give me as xyz instead of null. And now if I will describe the table, so here you can see that instead of null it is given you as xyz. So again I'm inserting my data. So here you can see that my account number is 12, branch name is not written, right? So it is given you as XYZ. So this is how the default constraint is used. Now the most important thing for the default constraint is whenever you are using a default value, so you have to make sure that your default value should be same as the data type of that particular column. Means here in branch I have set a default value that is XYZ. So it should be of that data type only, that is varchar, right? Now suppose in account number I have set a default value that is 0. So here its data type is decimal, right? So you cannot write XYZ. You have to make sure that your default value should be same as the data type of that particular column. This is the most important point of default constraint. So here the default constraint ends. Now we will talk about the check constraint. So how the check constraint exactly works. So now suppose in a particular table, if we are inserting in some of the banks, it is compulsory that while creating your account you have to deposit some amount in it, or the account won't be accepted, right? So the condition is that your account deposit means your amount should be greater than zero, or your amount should not be equals to zero means your amount should be greater than zero. Then this check constraint is used, that if your amount is not greater than zero, or it's equals to zero, then it will give you an error. So here I am creating a table. So here I have created a table, and these all are my columns in this table. Now suppose I have seen that my amount should be not equals to zero means it should be greater than zero, right? So here besides its data type, I will write the constraint that is check, that you have to check that my particular value should range in this between, right? So here I will write check, and besides that, in the brackets you have to write that particular column name and for which condition. So here I will write amount should be greater than zero. Amount should be greater than zero. So now if I will describe this table, so here you can see that here they have not mentioned that we have used the check constraint, but it is been used. So how to check it? So here I am inserting my data. So here if I will see that, so here you can see that my amount is been inserted successfully. And now suppose if I will insert my value that is 0. So here it is giving us an error that the check constraint is violated, means your constraint which you have used is been violated, that your condition is not being satisfied. So this is how the check constraint is used. Now this is how we use the check constraint with the help of the create command. Now if you want to use with the help of the alter command, so we are using the alter command in the format as we have written it in the default, that is, so here I have taken a column, for example, that I have taken a column that account number should be greater than 0, right? So if I will execute this and I'm inserting, now I'm inserting my data. So here you can see that our value has been inserted, but we were expecting that here the condition is not being satisfied, right? It is equals to 0, and there should an error come like this, that your check constraint has been valid, but it is not giving us an error. So why is it so? Whenever you are using a condition in the alter command, then it is not just modifying your particular column, but it is also adding a particular condition in your column, and then it is modifying it, right? So instead of modify keyword you have to write an add keyword, that is, instead of modify you have to write add, and then it will add that condition in it. So, and this syntax will also change. Let me show you. Add. Now what you are adding, that is add constraint, and which constraint, that is check, and after check you just have to write the condition that for what column, that is account number should be greater than 0. So here you can see that if you have given a particular constraint to one column, then you cannot give same constraint to that particular column. So now here I am giving another constraint to another column, that is for salary, that my salary should be greater than 0, right? And now if I will insert my data, so then you can see that it is being violated, right? So this is how the check and the default constraints works. And you have to make sure that in default the data type should be same of the default value of that particular column which you are using, and in check the alter command is been changed. That is, you don't have to use the modify keyword, you have to use the add keyword instead of modify. So this is the two most important points of default and check. And in the next video, we will see the implementation of another last two constraints, that is primary key and the foreign key. So that's all for this video. See you guys in the next video.